morning, Seafree in Chicago with the morning grain comps had markets a little bit higher. Beans up about 8 cents, corn up 3, while wheat's about unchanged. Stocks are lower, dollars lower, crude's up a little bit. Yesterday we had kind of a negative response to the USDA report in corn and wheat and slightly positive in the beans. USDA dropped the Argentina soybean crop 8 million tons to 33. And they dropped the corn crop 7 million tons to 40. Overnight, the Rosario exchange dropped the bean crop to 27, corn to 35. The drop in the Argentina soybean crop suggests, with record imports of 8 million tons, it'll be the first time ever that Argentina is going to crush more beans than they produce. We also noted that globally, USDA did not change global meal exports dramatically, only down 1.5 million tons. So the Argentina drop didn't really have as much of an impact on prices positively as normal. They also kept China imports at 96 million tons, and they lowered their crush 2 million metric tons. So now the soybean market is going to have to decide if this lower Argentina supply is enough to push soybean and soybean meal prices higher. Over in the corn, the USDA dropped the Argentina corn crop 7 million tons to 40 overnight. Rosario dropped it to 35 million tons. And again, USDA lowered global feed usage and exports and only ending stocks marginally, which kind of left the corn market in a negative bias. I think the market is still concerned that USDA dropped exports in U.S. 75 million bushels. We're now, USDA is forecasting a 29% drop in exports from last year versus a pace of 39. Brazil corn futures continue to rally versus the U.S. The USDA did increase Ukraine exports, but put their stocks at only 2.5 million metric tons. Over in the wheat, they raised world wheat stocks, but when you look at non-Black Sea wheat exporter stocks to usage ratio are record low. They kept the Russia crop at 96 million tons, but some people think it's as high as 103. The USDA currently has combined Europe and Russia wheat ending stocks at 25 million tons. Some private estimates are as high as 45 million tons. Overnight, Russia was shelling key Ukraine cities like Kiev and Odessa, and there's talk that talks continue in Geneva for the extension of the Ukraine export corridor deal, but so far the Russian requests have not been met. So again, I think that the soybean and corn market are undervalued, and I think eventually they need to rally. Our next key report is the March 31 USDA stock and acreage report, and then we start trading weather. Argentina is still dry, Southern Plains is still dry, most of Canada is still dry, and we're expecting a dry season in Australia.